Subic Bay was stunned by a secret helicopter deployment. A deep rumble cut through the humid air, drawing eyes skyward. A massive American cargo plane descended, its shadow sweeping across the bay. The cargo doors opened, revealing something extraordinary. Out rolled U.S. Navy MH-53 Sea Dragons, giant helicopters built for heavy-lift missions, alongside Japanese self-defense force assets. Dozens of these machines, symbols of American and Japanese power, suddenly appeared on Philippine soil. There was no announcement, no fanfare, just a precise, silent operation. Moving an entire fleet of helicopters across the Pacific unannounced was a logistical feat rarely seen. This was more than a routine exercise, it was a deliberate move on the global chessboard. Each helicopter on the tarmac shifted the balance of regional power. The message, new assets are in place, and the game has changed. Locals captured the spectacle on their phones, images quickly spreading online. Subic Bay's quiet, post-military era was over, the giants were back. The question on everyone's mind, why here and why now? The answer would ripple far beyond these shores. Subic Bay was once again at the center of history. The MH-53 Sea Dragon, known for its heavy lift capabilities, is a crucial asset in both combat and humanitarian missions. Initial reactions ranged from awe to curiosity, as locals tried to grasp the significance of this sudden military presence. Analysts quickly weighed in, speculating on the strategic implications of this deployment. The helicopters, now ready for action, signaled a new chapter in regional security dynamics. This was more than a delivery, it was a statement of unity. The joint arrival of American and Japanese helicopters in the Philippines marked a new level of trilateral cooperation. Years of diplomatic talk became action on the ground. Officially, the deployment aimed to boost military interoperability and disaster response. Heavy-lift helicopters in Subic mean faster aid and evacuations during disasters. But beneath the humanitarian mission was a clear strategic message. With tensions rising in the South China Sea, this show of force signaled resolve. The US and Japan were making it clear, the security of the Philippines is their concern. Subic Bay's location offers rapid access to key maritime routes and potential conflict zones. This wasn't about formal agreements, it was about real, flexible cooperation. Subic was once again a critical node in the region's security network. The alliance was no longer just words, it was visible, and it was ready. For the United States, this deployment underscores its commitment to maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific. Japan, with its own security concerns, sees this as a way to bolster regional stability and counterbalance growing threats. For the Philippines, this partnership enhances its defense capabilities and ensures support in times of crisis. Subic Bay was once the heart of American naval power in Asia, serving as the largest U.S. naval facility in the Pacific during the Cold War. For decades, it was a critical logistics and repair hub, supporting U.S. operations from the Vietnam War to the Persian Gulf. After the U.S. left in the early 90s, following the Philippine Senate's decision not to renew the bases agreement, the base faded into history. But now, Subic is stirring back to life, reclaiming its strategic role as regional tensions rise. The Philippine military is modernizing the old base, reopening airfields, building new piers, and preparing for new challenges, while welcoming allied forces for joint operations. The recent helicopter deployment fits perfectly into this revitalization, testing upgraded facilities and giving Filipino personnel invaluable experience. Allied presence accelerates Subic's transformation, creating a feedback loop of investment and capability, and signaling renewed commitment to regional security. This isn't about recreating the old superbase, but about leveraging Subic's unique location near vital sea lanes and contested waters. It's a smarter, more flexible partnership, using Subic as needed, when needed, to respond to evolving threats. The U.S. presence is now less predictable, more resilient, and better suited to today's dynamic security environment. Surprise deployments keep adversaries guessing, enhancing deterrence in the region. Subic's new chapter is about adaptability, not permanence, ready to meet the challenges of a changing Asia-Pacific. The Bay is once again a linchpin in regional security, its strategic importance renewed for a new era. The MH-53 Sea Dragon is a powerhouse, engineered for the battlefield yet indispensable in times of peace and crisis. In combat, it clears deadly mines and opens vital sea lanes for naval operations. But when disaster strikes, the Sea Dragon transforms, delivering food, water, and emergency aid to communities cut off by floods, typhoons, or earthquakes. Its heavy lift capacity means it can bring in generators, medical teams, and tons of relief supplies, often when roads are destroyed and time is critical. The US has pre-positioned humanitarian supplies at Subic, ready for rapid deployment, just as they did after Typhoon Haiyan, when helicopters delivered life-saving aid to remote Philippine villages. This combination of aircraft and logistics slashes response times from days to hours, as seen during the 2013 disaster response, when Sea Dragons flew hundreds of sorties to reach survivors. Humanitarian missions like these build goodwill and strengthen alliances, turning former battlegrounds into places of hope. When American, Japanese, and Filipino forces join to save lives, like during the 2020 Taal volcano eruption, their teamwork leaves a lasting impression on those they help. The Sea Dragon is both warrior and rescuer, a symbol of a partnership ready for any crisis from conflict to compassion. Subic Bay now stands as a hub for both security and compassion, where the mission can change in an instant, but the commitment to help never wavers. The secret arrival didn't stay secret for long. Locals watched in awe as the helicopters rolled out, phones capturing every moment. On street corners and in markets, people whispered theories. Some said it was a drill, others guessed at a looming crisis. Social media exploded. Photos and videos went viral, sparking excitement and speculation. Group chats buzzed with rumors, TikTokers posted dramatic edits, and Facebook feeds filled with wild guesses. For many, it was a dramatic reminder of Subic's strategic role. Bloggers and live streamers jumped in, dissecting every detail and speculating on what it all meant. The lack of official information fueled online debate. Was this for war, disaster relief, or something else? Comment sections turned into battlegrounds, and memes about the helicopters trended overnight. The story dominated news feeds, reaching far beyond the bay. Radio shows and podcasts picked up the buzz, amplifying the mystery. In today's world, every military move is a public spectacle. Influencers and news crews flocked to the scene, eager to capture the action. The surprise wasn't just tactical, it was a powerful PR event. Officials faced a barrage of questions while journalists scrambled for exclusive angles. The alliance's presence became a trending topic, shaping perceptions across the region. Hashtags soared, and every new rumor found an eager audience. The whispers on the ground became a digital roar, echoing from street corners to screens worldwide. Subic Bay was back in the global spotlight, its every move watched and wondered about by millions. The helicopter's arrival marks a turning point for the region, but it's only the beginning of a rapidly evolving story. It's the clearest sign yet of a new era: Philippine modernization, Japanese assertiveness, and renewed US engagement. But what does the future hold? Subic Bay is now a vital hub for military and humanitarian operations, and its role could expand even further. The trilateral partnership is more flexible and potent than ever, paving the way for larger joint exercises, rapid disaster response, and even coordinated patrols in contested waters. This cooperation sends a strong message of deterrence and unity, but it could also trigger new regional dynamics, potentially drawing sharper lines between allies and rivals. The world is watching closely. Will Subic Bay become a permanent staging ground for Allied operations, or will it face pushback and new challenges from regional powers? Subic's future could see expanded infrastructure, increased security patrols, and a growing presence of international forces, shaping the region's security landscape for years to come. All eyes are on Subic Bay, waiting to see if this is a fleeting moment or the dawn of a new strategic era in the Indo-Pacific. The secret helicopter deployment at Subic Bay didn't stay secret for long. As news broke, international reactions echoed across continents. In Washington, officials hailed the move as a bold step for regional stability. In Tokyo, headlines praised the deepening partnership, while in Manila, debates erupted. Some saw the helicopters as a shield, others as a red flag. But not everyone cheered. In Beijing, state media condemned the deployment, warning of provocative maneuvers. Diplomatic channels buzzed with urgent messages, as neighboring countries watched closely, recalibrating their own strategies. Social media lit up with speculation and concern. Analysts dissected every frame of grainy footage, searching for clues about the helicopter's capabilities and intentions. Meanwhile, defense experts warned that the balance of power in the South China Sea was shifting. For ordinary people in the region, it was a moment of uncertainty and hope. Some saw new opportunities for peace and disaster relief. Others feared escalation and instability. One thing was clear: the world was awake to Subic Bay's new role. the echoes of the helicopter's arrival would be felt far beyond the Philippines, shaping conversations, alliances, and futures across the globe. As the dust settles on Subic Bay's latest transformation, the world wonders what lies ahead. Military analysts speculate that the helicopter deployment is just the beginning, an opening move in a new era of multinational cooperation. Behind closed doors, talks intensify about joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and expanded disaster response teams. Rumors swirl of advanced technology transfers and the possible return of multinational naval patrols in the contested waters. Regional security experts predict a domino effect. Smaller Southeast Asian nations, once hesitant to choose sides, may now seek closer ties with the three-nation partnership, hoping for both protection and a seat at the table. Meanwhile, established powers ramp up their own military modernization, spurring an arms race that could redraw strategic boundaries. But collaboration isn't just about hardware. Humanitarian missions, environmental protection, and counter-piracy operations are poised to become pillars of the new alliance. The hope is that shared interests will outweigh old rivalries, forging a more resilient security framework for the region. Yet uncertainty lingers. Will these collaborations usher in a lasting peace, or will they spark new tensions and rivalries? Only time will tell. For now, the world watches as Subic Bay stands at the crossroads of history, its next chapter waiting to be written.